The scene begins with Georky sitting on a stone in the park, listening to the sound of the breeze and birds, taking in nature. The park has the look of peace, tranquility, and harmony. Georky, with nature, it's easier to talk to God privately. Thank you, Lord, for allowing a new day full of love and peace. Suddenly, there is a spine-chilling noise that strokes all around. There is huge confusion, scared people running, trees falling, and collapsed buildings. There is chaos. Georky is running home, avoiding all the disaster, very scared and breathing heavily. Full of panic, he tries to help several people. Georky, pointing to a woman, take your baby down there, it's safer and there's shelter. Just in front, 2 soldiers fall, and there is a shootout nearby in the city, and all directions with confusion. He hides from time to time as buildings collapse. You could see images of explosions and earthquakes, roads disappearing, and people screaming. Many people running and panicking at a few rumbling noises of thunder and attacks. Apocalyptic building collapse. Sounds of people screaming and crying. And a man who comes running to escape from what seems like a dark being. Vehicles speed up and are suddenly heard as they are destroyed through attacks of all types of unknown weapons by the human being. A species of sirens sounding and aircraft flying as if the war had started. Georky stops on track as he hears echoes. Voice. Georky, Georky. He begins running, trembling with fear. He falls to the floor face down. A bright portal opens. 2 strange beings placed him on a stretcher unconscious while the portal closes. Georky wakes up trying to adapt to the brightness, dizzy. He looks everywhere, afraid. Georky, what is this place? Where am I?
Angrily, calm down. Georky, why'd you tie me up? You should be glad you were rescued from an annihilation on your planet which no longer exists.
Georky starts to cry in rage, tussling skeptically, and fights to set himself free as he is tied up to the bed.
We rescued you by mandate of our creator. He already had sent you all signals on other occasions, and they were not understood, which unfortunately comes with these consequences.
We will not have a chance unless you enter this portal here, where we will try to arrange the mass destruction only with your help. It's your destination and purpose. S2, Media Group of scientists looking at data, scientists discussing in a lab, close-up of serious faces in a lab at stock at distribute_equally. We are not experts on that. It's the information we have we can give. Someone else will explain that to you. Georky, screaming. Because of those people, huh? Why us? Was there no mercy? Who are you, Georky? Don't be afraid. We are your protectors that you've got on your planet that will be destroyed by greed, negativity, and more by dark hostile beings who only wipe out planets.
Here begins your life and that of your family. Relax, sit, and analyze. Meet Katana, an advanced computer ready to be your advisor and partner. It will teach you everything you will need to restore and find the origin. Answers to all of your questions from now on. You're smart and you will understand. For whatever you need, Katana will be your guide to everything, if only it is necessary. Georky laughs sarcastically. Future. If my life is over, what's the point of future talks?
Puts his hand on Georky's shoulder. Soon you have to find the origin of everything. With your help, everything will be resolved. Otherwise, it would be very sad for you. Georky, leave me alone. I want to be left alone.
The scientists leave him as he gets up to walk into the portal. Georky walks into the silence, looking scared as he sees a strange place resembling a ship or laboratory with grey and bluish hues. He moves back and forth in fright and terror. Georky tries to relax, sitting down to think. The title of the movie is displayed on the screen. Georky sits on a chair among the joined stainless chairs in the waiting room. He is 57 years old, looking scared around at other patients, his knees shaking and palms sweaty. Moments later, the telecom calls him in. Telecom, Georky, your turn. In the office, the therapist, Dr. Armando Torres, a bulky man with brown skin and black hair, his glasses on his nose and his eyes peering over them, looks at Georky, who sits across from him nervously looking around the room.
What motivated you to come to my office on this day? Georky looks around one last time and then at the doctor. I was a calm kid, but with desires to overcome. I would run by the mountains and in rivers, always discovering new things to learn according to poverty. We had to learn to survive. So I dedicated myself to learn all the trades I could to perfection and study many others. That helped me get any kind of work.
When I was 13, I noticed strange things in my daily life. Georky, what's the purpose of my existence really? What if I were a twin and not a human being? I still wonder, what is the connection of beings of other dimensions with me, and why do they protect me? And several times I have found myself on the verge of death, and I came out graceful. Thank God. I have had experiences with very curious sightings at my age. I have compared dates and years with other people. Now I have learned to separate reality from fiction. That and other things is what motivated me to come, to discover what else there is, the reason for what happened in my life. I just want to evolve well.
Do you believe in God, Georky? Of course I do, in fact too much. What makes you think you have past lives? Georky, I have concluded that every time I dream, I receive a divine message. Child dreams are repeated now at adult age, with such intensity as if it were real, and with more details of things that seem like signs of something that happened or will happen, like clues. Do you believe in beings from other worlds? Georky, yes, of course, I have seen real ships, and that gives me more certainty that there is something hidden. As a child I escaped. I ran 2 towns fleeing from something without stopping. At last I slept in a cane field. I never knew what happened that night, but that not even a mosquito bothered me anymore in my life. What scares or disturbs you? Georky, I'm scared of the depth of a river. I'm sorry for being persecuted. I'm worried that I will not keep my word, and afraid of the fear that life is wrong with our destinies after death, and because we do not take a logical path, we're all wrong. In the end, every day, I discover how to help others to be saved or my life. The fear of discovering that I'm wrong. What do you expect from our exams and methods? Georky, I have seen many patients who discovered their past lives and how real life has affected them. Also, if they have been able to solve the enigma of their purpose or reason for being, to evolve in this life. Before passing the exams, we want to listen to the dreams that have marked you according to your story and the message you believe they have.
I was one in everything except when I was dying. I just woke up and I felt like myself in my dream and tried to escape waking up. That happened in the dream, but conscious of reality. Other dreams are of me trapping a snake and killing her. Funny how I'm so scared of snakes in real life. The more adult I become, the more I become stronger in my dreams and the more amazing things I did. The dream that touched me the most is that of many motherships going up from where I was that repeated itself now at my 57, but in another country where I live now. The strange thing about his dream is that even at this age I am now, I think that if it happened, I do not know what the reason is. But on my skin I feel that. Georky, oh God, help me be strong. I was surprised that mentally I was strong and could control it because of my prayer. There is an angel dressed in white linen, wings flapping, and feet hanging midair on a lamppost in front of the house. Georky looks through the window to the north and rushes in for a drink. When he looks up, he sees the angel's wings extended. Georky runs to his bed and covers his face with his sheet, eyes tight. There's a light on in front of Georky's bed on the drawer. He stays for a moment, and when he pulls the sheet, the angel has disappeared. Georky, oh God, make this stop, it's scary. Georky lays his back on the bed and sleeps straight, dozing instead to avoid another dream. Georky, I just dozed, looking straight ahead between sleeping and staying awake. Georky, at his present age, is walking on a beach with his daughter. She leaves his hand and runs into the water to play. He was watching her and the flowing water when he sees 2 big things moving in the water like fishes. Scared, he wanted to go in and get his daughter, but he looked surprised when 2 cows, one brown and the other black, come out. The beautiful brown pint moves up in front of Georky, and the black one climbs up the night side followed by the ground. Georky looks where the black cow has gone and finds a child in a basket. Georky gives an expression of wonder. He moves closer and coos the baby, who laughs excitedly, but the baby vanishes into the water. Georky jumps into the water, but it was gone. It was all dry around, only sand and large grains of salt. Georky, wow. Georky smiles to himself and walks on the beach while the water returns slowly until it fills again. Georky, I remembered the dream of Pharaoh and Joseph, but later on when I woke up, I wrote it, like all my dreams. I remembered that in my prayers of the night, I told God to direct my life. I read that beautiful story of Joseph interpreting Pharaoh's dream, and I wonder how people do not believe in God when he responds immediately, you speak with faith, and as if you were facing the Adonai. Dream world. Georky stands in front of a castle with high walls, jumping between different buildings. He turns and sees a wind enter into a tower, especially very bright. So he moves towards the monk, curiosity on his face until he gets to him. The monk looks at him with a broad smile on his face. Monk, I was waiting for you. The monk in Georky's eyes changes to a luminous light. Georky's voice. My inner chakras and aura lit up, but at the same time something followed us and the monk left. Georky jumps between buildings while a person was shooting arrows. He stops jumping buildings and jumps into a river. In the river, he finds snakes that chase him again as he runs as fast as he could until he climbs a wall. Georky's voice. There I saw myself safe and I woke up. I dreamed I was close to a similar place, some walls with a small castle in the middle and walking through the inner courtyard. Georky and about 410 people chatter like they knew each other. Leader, we should get going. I think we have a task at hand. Member 1. Yes, we should get the treasure before the evil queen traps us. Evil queen. Yes, you should get the treasures or not tell. They all look frightened, going off in groups. Georky looks in a straw under the castle, an entrance to a very hidden room. He brings out a ring and a gold chain with emblems and puts it in his pocket. He runs out to meet the queen. Georky, dear queen, if you let us go, I'll give you what I have found. Evil queen, give me what you have found for your freedom. Georky, no ma'am, it should not happen that way this time. Georky's voice. As in all history, the strongest always try to deceive the poor. Georky calls his group and shows them what he has. They talk inaudibly among themselves. Member 1, we should go now. Member 2, I agree. Georky, run and don't look back. Don't stop. They'll definitely come after us in no time. Georky's voice. I escaped with something powerful but unknown because the one who had it had a powerful gift against evil. And so I escaped with my friends and the bad guys followed us and I woke up. Georky and his daughter are in front of a poor wooden house at the end of the city. The weather becomes windy outside, leaves shatter, and the cloud goes dark. Georky, we should go inside. Georky's child. This house is poor and has very poor wood. There is no way it will protect us from tornadoes, Dad. They enter inside. Georky looks out the window and there are 4 tornadoes outside, moving as if they are coming inside the house. He puts his head in and takes his daughter's hand from the hiding spot. Georky. We should leave here. It's coming to us. The tornadoes follow them out again. Scared, Georky grabs a metal while his daughter holds tight, but the house was made pieces. The tornadoes pulled the daughter, and when Georky turned, he could only grab her by the leg. Georky, hey baby, come on, hold on for daddy. Georky's child. Dad. There was a red tennis in Georky's hand by now, and he winced in pain. Georky's voice. A very painful moment that makes in my real life of panic to the tornadoes a very traumatic experience. This place looks like a planet that Georky was in. There are giants that look like humans. Human 1. I'd rather you'd clear up as fast as you can. All of you before it's too late. There is a whole lot to do. Human 2. Working in groups will be easier and faster. Human 1. Now get to work in 5s. The giants obey the humans and get to work. Georky's voice. Humans were strange bosses. A train crossing loaded giant lying in the wagons. Georky gets on the elevated ways and there he hides to see what was happening when a woman approaches him. Woman. Hey you, come down, follow me, don't run. Georky tries to tag along as she moves too fast. Woman, do not ask where you are. If ever you're asked by the agents what you're doing, they finally get to the train. Georky, why are we here? Woman, get on the train. We'll go with the slaves out of this town. Like I said, do not ask where you are, not to anyone. Tell them you are among the ones working the building. Georky. And then, woman, if you run, the agents get you. So normal walking is what you should do here. The woman hops in after him into the train with the giants walking and working and humans giving the orders. The train moves on the rail. Georky's voice. I woke up and there are, between dream and dream, the strange messages haunting my head every day. Georky reflects on his experiences. Georky. Every day I go to bed is to wait for a new anecdote or a message that really is the purpose of life and for which I want to help humanity. Dr. Armando. Georky. I think there are many secrets and untapped gifts in the infinite mental of human beings. We just need to exercise. And so the reason for my visit to the doctor's office. And with that, Georky's journey continues, seeking purpose and understanding in a world full of mysteries. Fade out.